One of the first things you learn after joining a gym is that you shouldn't train the same muscle group every day. While this statement is mostly true, there are some exceptions. Hi viewers, and welcome back to another Bestie video. The truth is, you can train pretty much everything anytime once you've mastered it. Not sold on the idea of squatting every day? No worries. In today's video, we will tell you the muscles you can train every day, from calves, abs, cardio, neck, to forearms, and more. Watch till the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. Forearms. Forearm exercises don't cause much, if any, muscle damage. Even wrist flexes and wrist extensions will cause little damage. These exercises have a very small impact on the nervous system because they're very simple and done with light weights. Energy expenditure is low too, since it's a short range of motion and smaller muscles are involved. None of the factors requiring more recovery time are present with forearm training. Unless you go absolutely wild, there's no reason you can't train forearms every day. Having well-developed forearms will do more for you than simply attracting admiration. Bigger and stronger forearms make it easier to build bigger biceps. By building up the forearms, you'll be able to handle more weight in both curling and pulling exercises, which will increase the stimulation on the biceps and back muscles. There is one caveat. You shouldn't overdevelop one part of the forearms. For example, the wrist flexors more than the extensors, which is easy to do. Just like any muscle imbalances in the body, this can lead to problems like tendinitis. So, if you want to jack up your forearms, work on flexes or extension one workout, do supination and pronation on the next, and grip work on the third. Then just rotate through that. Since forearm exercises have a short range of motion, you'll need to do either higher reps or use a slower tempo to create enough fatigue and trigger growth. Sets lasting 30 to 60 seconds should be your target. Number 2. Band work. Performing exercises with bands is a great way to improve your mobility, warm up before your workouts, and get rid of lactic acid. Band work is great to do every day as there is minimal to no muscle damage, and it can speed up the recovery process. Band exercises can also improve mind-muscle connection, achieving better pumps and helping to fix weak points. The band pull-apart, banded tricep press-downs, banded biceps curl, banded leg curl, and banded pull-through are a few examples of the exercises you can do. Number 3. Abs. You can recover rapidly from pretty much any abdominal exercises except those full-range sit-ups you see in CrossFit. Daily ab training at an adequate level of intensity is one of the fastest ways to get visible abs. The abs are made in the kitchen mantra isn't totally accurate. Building them through direct training will increase the likelihood of seeing them. Training abs with added resistance, so you fatigue at 6 to 12 reps, is how you increase the thickness of the muscle bellies and increase abdominal separation. You also need to do your ab work the right way. Start by flexing the abs as hard as you can before even starting the rep. Imagine getting punched in the stomach. While maintaining the tension, initiate your rep. Don't go up too fast. Focus on being able to maintain the tension. At the end, try to contract your abs as hard as you can. They should already be contracted hard, but you can likely increase it. Number 4. Calves. Calves are one of the most stubborn muscles and can be the weakest link for many people. They're a small muscle group and recover quickly because they're used to taking a beating. The rule of thumb for training calves is that if they aren't sore, feel free to train them. With all the standing, walking, and running you do throughout your day, your calves can take on much more than a few sets of 10 to 15 reps. Number 5. The lateral raise. While becoming stronger with basic pressing movements is the key to great delts, there's no doubt that properly executed lateral raises can help you get there much faster. When used to develop a solid mid-muscle connection, lateral raises can be done pretty much every day. Muscle damage is created when you're stretching the muscle fibers under load and tension. That occurs during the eccentric phase of the movement. In lateral raises, only the top quarter range of motion is under significant pressure. It's the same thing when you're going down. The deltoid will be lifting only for the first quarter, which is when the muscle is shortened. When the muscle is stretched, there's literally zero tension on the delts. On top of that, if you do the lateral raise properly without swinging at the bottom where there's no resistance, you can easily speed up. You won't be using a lot of weight. This also decreases the amount of muscle damage. Since the movement isn't neurologically demanding, it likely won't hurt neurological recovery either. Number 6. Cardio. Doing cardio, whether it's running or spinning, multiple days in a row usually isn't that risky, as long as you're not going 0 to 60. Slowly increase your training and listen to your body to avoid any overuse injuries. But is it bad to lift those 3-pound dumbbells in class every day? Not really, since those spin and bar class exercises aren't exactly considered strength training. Spinning and the light upper body dumbbells some classes call for don't add enough resistance to break down the muscle. The high-rep, low-weight movements are designed to add some variety and increase intensity and heart rate, so feel free to spin daily. But if you want to get truly buff biceps, unclip from those pedals and try barbell weight training at least twice a week. Cardio is one of the best exercises you can do for a healthy body, but it doesn't have to be running. Learn what we're talking about by watching 16 cardio exercises you can do if you hate running. Now back to muscles you can work out every day without worry. Number 7. Neck. Let's be honest here, how often do you train your neck? The majority of people will have the same answer: not a lot. The best thing about training your neck is that you can get results with little effort. You don't have to do the typical 3 sets of 5. Performing a couple of exercises at the end of your workout can turn your toothpick neck into a wood log. Finally, here are a couple of things to keep in mind when you train the same muscle every day. Number 1. Understand the risks. Overworking your body or hammering one muscle group will likely sacrifice your form and put you at a higher risk of injury. If you're training your body day after day or trying to work your glutes each session, it can become difficult to manage the intensity and focus. That will cause more stress, causing more recovery time. Regardless of your workout or which muscle group you're training, there's one rule of thumb: let your body be your guide. If you're too sore from the previous weight workout, push today's back and do cardio instead. Number 2. Use indicator sets, not percentages. Unless you're a high-level competitive strength athlete, in which case you have your own rules, train like you don't compete. In other words, don't sweat all the strength standards and percentages. Seriously, they don't apply here. And the more you try to stick to them while training daily, the more you'll end up frustrated and injured. If you're training every day, you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to be going into more than half your workouts with less than optimal energy or motivation. That's a fact. Poor recovery, poor sleep, muscle soreness, they'll happen. And if you really expect yourself to maintain consistent levels of top-end strength, think again. That doesn't mean heavy lifting and great workouts are off the table though. When you have a great day where you feel good and want to lift heavy, it's simply important to have some kind of signal before you push the envelope. This can be the difference between a bruised ego or injury and a successful workout that feels fantastic. While training regularly is one of the best ways to build muscle, the results won't be as impressive if it's not coupled with a healthy lifestyle and a good diet. Learn more about the best lifestyle habits and foods for muscle building by watching 10 sure-shot ways to build muscles naturally, or 9 muscle-building foods you should always have in your fridge. So go ahead and watch one or both videos if you want to build muscle and keep them maintained for a long time. How often do you train in a week? Let us know in the comment section below.